So I'll just wait for a moment because it's just turned 9 o'clock. Another one of my little messages or meditations for people to help them through this time, especially in regards to anxiety. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait here for a second. Nice day in the garden today, planting some seeds and things. Yeah, nice Sunday. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. I don't think I've started in the right page, so it might be a while till people can find out where I am. The contact lenses didn't work out because a month has passed. Back to the glasses. I can't get the new ones. Anyway, that's fine. Let me see. Lovely. People are starting to find me now. I think I started maybe in the wrong place. Hi everyone. Yeah, people are starting to join. I think I might have started in the wrong place, so sorry if you found it hard to find me. Okay, I'm going to just talk for a little bit because I find that a few people jump in a little bit later on the stream. Yes, let's get rid of the corona anxiety, definitely, because most people nowadays in the modern world have a certain level of anxiety. I'm going to take these off because the message is going to distract me, but I'm going to say hi to everyone now and I'll message you all later. So anxiety has been quite prominent with the clients that I've had in the past. A lot of people are coming to me with actually asking for different things, but quite often it's down to an anxiety of sorts. And obviously we're all going through a feeling of anxiety at the minute because of the uncertainty about what's happening, how we're all isolating, that there's things out of our control and there's lots to worry about. But there's that part of our mind that creates that anxiety that is probably doing backflips now, and that'll be happening for a lot of people in a minute. Uncertainty about jobs and rents and all sorts. It's so different for everyone. So what I'm hoping to do tonight is a bit of meditation. There's also a bit of hypnosis in there as well, and what we're going to do is just turn down that anxiety, try to ease it, make it less prominent, giving you the ability to also recognize it. So anxiety is something that we all need in our lives. It keeps us safe, but it can come to a point where the anxiety is almost like taking over. It's like a bossy person that's taking over your thoughts, and your thoughts are coming up and they're just running away with themselves, and it's just like like a tsunami of thoughts going on in the mind. And obviously we don't want that. That's just the anxiety overreacting to something, or it's had a pattern of this behaviour, or for a situation that we're in at the minute. So what we want to do then is almost like, I think I've used this analogy before, it's almost like a car alarm, that it's like the smallest of feathers is touching it, and the car alarm's going off. And yet the situation that we're in at the minute, we need to be aware, but actually if there's no instant life-threatening car's going to jump on us, we then don't need that other anxiety that's going on, that rumination, those thoughts and everything. So what we want to do is get that car alarm. So rather than the slightest little feather affecting it and the alarm going off, and for yourself, or that cortisol going off and those horrible thoughts and everything and that rumination, what we want to do is like turn down that car alarm, reset it to its appropriate level to make us aware and take action when needed. And that's what that anxiety is supposed to do. So first of all, I want you to try and think about, do you know those thoughts that come in, and that's like your worry thoughts or your anxiety thoughts. And those thoughts, you can probably tune into them now. You've probably been experiencing them recently. And just those thoughts that drop in and then just carry on and carry on and carry on. Then maybe another one drops in and carries on, carries on. And it's just that thought, that voice, those feelings that come in. And I think a really good task, or a really good thing for us to do now, is just to recognize that voice that comes in. Let's call it a voice or a thought, whatever sits well with you. And it's really distracting, it's a bit annoying, it's like a kid that's just tapping on you all the time. And actually, let's give a name to that annoying kid, because that annoying kid, you want to be able to maybe put in its place. You want to be able to maybe move it to one side, because it's your mind, it's your life, it's in your control. So if you can think of a name for that thought or that voice that comes in that starts that process of overthinking, worrying. People I've seen have called it, like, personally I used to call mine Anxious Annie. People call it Gollum. People call it a name of a person that they don't particularly like, so like a bit of a bully. Some people name it a character of a film. So if something's just springing to mind, go with that. If nothing's coming up particularly, that's fine. Just to have it as that anxiety voice. So just write that down, actually. Maybe write that down, or really embed that in your mind, that that's the name for this thought that comes in. And actually, we that's been in control. That voice, Anxious Annie, anxious voice, Gollum, has been a little bit too much in control. So what we're going to do in this meditation stroke hypnosis is turn that right down. Turn down that over response. Turn down that bullying voice. Turn down that nagging, tapping, and all those horrible feelings that kicks off as well. So finding that name, and I'm just going to call it that anxiety voice, just so in the process that we're going to do now, I'm just going to call it that anxiety voice, because that's what I've published this as. Or that annoying voice, I don't know, I'll see what comes up. So this is going to be about turning down that voice, but bringing up that part of you, because we've all got that inner stillness, that inner calm, that peaceful part within us all the time. Even if you are, I don't know, having a fight or something, we all have that inner peace, inner calm ability to tune into, and we're going to bring that up. So turning down the anxiety voice and bringing up that inner calm, inner sense of self, inner awareness. And what that's going to do, that's going to be able to give you the ability to recognize that voice when it comes up, tell it to go do one, or go away, that you're not listening, and just be able to be in that moment and to think more clearly. Because that anxiety voice, that fight-flight response actually lowers the thinking ability, because it's putting all the energy into the legs and the muscles to fight or flight, where actually if we turn that down, we're going to be able to I've lost my train of thought. Okay, but anyway, we are going to bring up that part of you that's calm in that moment. So yeah, the fight and flight can really distract you, make you think and say and maybe do things that you don't really want to say. Where turning that down in this, we're going to bring about that calmness, going to make you more aware of a situation, make you more aware of that voice, and be able to push it to one side and get back into control, really, and just see in the now what's happening in front of you now, or in that moment in the future. Okay, so find yourself somewhere relaxing. You may have done that already, but I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for the people that may not have found somewhere relaxing. You can put the phone to one side. You don't need to see me. Oh my god, you can't hear me. Oh, hello. I'm really, really sorry. I don't know if you guys haven't been able to hear me or not. I really hope you have. I just realised I didn't have the headset that's on. But anyway, Could somebody message me to say if you've been able to hear me or not? Because that was a bit waffly now. Anyway, find yourself somewhere relaxing. You can put the phone to one side. Oh, lovely, you can hear me. Fantastic. Put the phone to one side. You don't need to see me. Maybe have a headset or something like that. Turn it up. You can be sitting or laying. That's up to you. If you're laying, you might fall asleep. So if you want to wake up again, set an alarm for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes from now. And yeah, okay, let's do this. So as you're laying or sitting there, just feeling into the body, just feeling the sense of the body in this place. If you haven't quite settled down yet, that's fine. I'm going to do this for a little while, so just get yourself in that really comfortable position. And just taking a few breaths, just inflating the lungs and breathing out. Just a few gentle breaths. You can extend the breath out if you wish, if you're used to that from hearing me before. And just tuning into the rise and the fall of the breath. Just really feeling the breath, the air maybe moving in through the nostrils or the mouth, down through the lungs, into the lungs, as I'm rising and falling, as it's moving in and moving out, maybe even tuning into the nose, having a sense in the nose of the difference in the air moving in and the difference of the air moving out. Maybe drier on the way in, something different on the way out. Maybe cooler or warmer on the way in, something else on the way out. And then as you're with each breath, as you're breathing in, just imagine or sense as you're breathing in good energy coming into the body. Maybe good energy coming in through the head, down, washing down through the body, and then breathing out the bad energy, bad thoughts going out of the feet. So breathing in the goodness, as however you see that for yourself, through the top of the head and body. Breathing out through the feet, allowing the bad stuff to go through the feet, like smoke or tar, something else, however it feels to you. So continue with that breathing, just easing that breath, breathing in the goodness, allowing it to melt through the body, changing its state as it melts through the body and out through the bottom of the feet, so that allowing that badness to be pushed through, down through the body and out through the feet. Continuing that breath, and with each breath moving that goodness in, just having a sense of those parts in the body just relaxing, feeling heavier, feeling like a lightness even, maybe whatever it is for you, a sense of ease and calm moving through the body with that breath and moving out those tense feelings, maybe through the feet. And now sensing that relaxed part in the body, that really relaxed part, maybe the whole body in itself, but really tuning into that part that's almost felt like it's drifted away already. And spread that through the body with the breath, pushing out any knots, any tension. With each breath, massaging those tension parts. Each breath, bringing ease and relaxation into the body. That's it. And now having a sense or a vision of a staircase. Now this staircase can be made of any material. Maybe you can get a sense of the smell of that material. It could be stone, wood, a rugged path, a sandy path, whatever it is. But maybe having a sense of the smell of that material, of that staircase. Moving there if you haven't already, and there being 10 steps down. With each 10 steps down, you're going to feel 10% deeper. In a moment as we walk down, I'm going to count you through those 10 steps, feeling 10% more relaxed with each step. And at the end of that staircase is your ultimately relaxing place. It could be a place of the past, the future, or a place of your infinite imagination. And almost feeling a pull of wanting to go down there. It's so enjoyable. And now we're going to step down that first step, stepping down 1 step. And 2 steps down, feeling deeper and deeper. 3, 4 steps down, feeling more and more relaxed. Letting go. 5 steps down, 6 steps down. Maybe getting a sense of that place, getting a scent on the air. Or maybe even the temperature's changing, the atmosphere. And 7 steps down, 8 steps down, 9 steps down, and then 10, stepping into your beautiful place, your relaxing place. And allowing that to unfold in front of you if it hasn't already. Seeing the shape of this place, the colours, the movements, the calmness maybe, tuning into that stillness in this place. Just being still for a moment in yourself, and then sensing the stillness within this place of yours. And then moving around, maybe stepping around this place, feeling the ground or whatever it is beneath you or around you. Having a sense of the sounds of that, the smells of this place. Maybe even feeling this place in some way. And then seeing maybe something reflective, maybe a body of water, fountain, something reflective, and just seeing how the light plays on that reflective part. Seeing how it shines, maybe seeing the movement of it, maybe even hearing the sound of it. Just really enjoying that motion or stillness of that for a moment. Maybe even seeing beyond it, underneath it, something beneath that's enjoyable to watch, the detail of it. And then looking around this place again, seeing maybe plants or creatures or the ground around you, however that is for you in this place, or something else, maybe a room or whatever it is for you. Seeing the colours, the shades, seeing how the light plays on the colours, makes them lighter where they touch and darker as they're shading around. Seeing the depths of the colours of this place. And now finding a place within this place, somewhere where you can lay or sit. Either walking or drifting there, finding it now if you haven't already. Just wondering those changes that are going to occur as you lay in the work that we do in this relaxing place of yours. And then seeing this place from this perspective, noticing something else there as well that lets you know this is a safe place for letting go of those old out-of-date ways, those unnecessary thoughts or feelings, almost like a leaf that no longer serves its purpose, that shrivels up, turns brown and detaches from the tree, and drifts to the ground to complete that cycle of something else. And then as you're here resting in this relaxing place of yours, and feeling the surface of that beneath you, be it warm or cool, still, or a sense of movement about it. And then strangely seeing a dial appear. This dial represents that worry voice, that anxiety voice. Name it that name that you may have named it. And this dial, it can be any shape or colour, it may be gnarly or dark, because it represents that thing that you want to turn down. At the moment, that dial is all the way up to 10. It's got all the voice, it's got all the energy, it's got all the power. In a moment, we're going to turn it all the way down to 0. We're going to take the energy out of it, we're going to take the volume away, we're going to take away those unnecessary chats, unnecessary worries, that overthinking, that cortisol reactions in the body. Then maybe with one or both hands on this dial, we're going to start turning that down for you now. All the way to 10, and we're going to start dialing it down one click at a time. And you're going to feel the sense and the shift of that as it turns down with my voice, with that motion in this place. So we're all the way up to 10 at the moment with one or both hands on there now. We're going to dial it down. It's at 10 at the minute. We're going to dial it all the way down to 1, if not 0. So we're going to dial it down from 10 to 9. Click it down to 8 and 7. Dialing down that worry voice, dialing down that anxious voice. Dialing down those responses, taking the energy away from it, taking the volume away from it. And then 6, down to 5 and 4, allowing it to drain away like pulling a plug out of a sink. Draining away like steam from a kettle. Draining away like the tide moving away, never to return. And 5 and 4 and 3, the volume of it is reduced. The power of it is reduced. That intention is reduced. Those reactions in the body are reduced. 3 and 2 and 1, all the way down to 0 if you wish. Turn it all the way down into 0 figures if you desire. And that's all the way turned down. Just feeling that sense in the body or the vibration in this place, whatever it is, that's all the way down. All that unnecessariness. And now your job in this place is to get rid of that dial. And you can kick it away, explode it, allow something here to take it away for you or something else. But that dial has to go utterly and completely from this place. Let it go and go and go, bit by bit by bit, or all in one go now. And now that's completely gone. Just feeling that change in that body, a change in that energy, feeling a lightness, a tingle, maybe a sense of release or relief, whatever it is, maybe even like a lightness, as if a great weight has been lifted, or the clouds have passed, or something else, however it feels to you. Just feeling that, a lightness, whatever it is now that that has gone. Sensing this place again that's around you, maybe seeing it brighter, seeing it lighter, more clarity, more technicolor of it. Now that distraction's gone, seeing more detail, something else. Feeling lighter in that place where you're resting. And now see another dial. Now this dial represents that stillness and calmness within that's always there. Those resources of you keeping a level head in situations. That ability to be aware in situations. That ability just to allow things to unfold in front of you and to almost bounce off like a force field around you. You're able to breathe and you're able to be calm in that situation. And you're able to recognize anything rising and just push it to one side. So this dial represents all of those things, and it's at 1 at the minute. So just to remind you that this dial represents those inner abilities, that inner calmness, that stillness within, that ability to almost have that force field of bouncing off those things that don't need to worry you, that don't need that energy, that actually you can allow them just to bounce off and fall away, for you to keep that awareness, that calm mind, that stillness within, and connect with that breath, those inabilities, or anything else you desire. Allow that to be put into that dial also, or allow that unconscious mind to put into that dial something that it knows instinctively that you need in this time. It's going to allow you to see you through this difficult time and beyond, to allow you to adapt and learn and actually grow from this situation. Or something else, whatever you see, your unconscious mind, or you may not see it yourself, your unconscious mind is just going to do that for you now. We're going to turn all that loveliness up. It's at 1 at the minute, feeling that maybe a sense of excitement just before something good's going to happen. And now we're going to dial it up from 1, all those lovely things or ways of being. We're going to dial it up to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, those inner abilities of calm, stillness, having almost like a force field around you, letting those things just fall around you, not getting in. And 5 again, and 6, moving them up and up, dialing those inner abilities, that inner calm, those other things that you desire, dialing up, and 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 9, that rising and rising, and all the way up to 10, and maybe even beyond, wherever you want it to be. And just feeling that sense within of all of those lovely ways of being dialed up within you. You may have a sense of it within the body somewhere, or the mind, or a tingle or something. And just really tuning into that loveliness of all those things, those inner abilities singing high, maybe a warmth or a coolness. And maybe even that dial, and holding the hand or hands on that, allowing that dial to be absorbed within you even more, absorbed within you, tingling through into the fingers, up into the arms, into the shoulders, into the body, up into the neck, round the head,
down through the legs and the feet, that dial being absorbed into with all those lovely things, almost like a boost of those things until that dial has completely been absorbed within you, energetically, physically, in the mind, all within you, and just feeling a sense, feeling those feelings within you of that dial being absorbed and all those lovely things being absorbed into you, how they feel to you. And really enjoying that, really getting a sense of that and having that ability after this to tune into that feeling. And listening to that inner you that's tuning into that calmness when you need to hear it. Listening to that nudge, that voice of reason, that voice of calmness, giving you that instinct of knowing when to tune into that stillness and when to just come back into the body, back into the mind, and doing what's right for you in that situation. And now maybe seeing yourself tomorrow or the day after in a situation that may have triggered you before, but seeing yourself tuning into that calmness, maybe taking a breath and doing something different, being able to handle that, tuning into the calmness, doing something else, just seeing yourself, just allowing it to wash over you like water off a duck's back, just washing over you, or like a drop in a distant ocean, those things just falling away that don't need to be coming through to that calmness. And again, drifting through to maybe a few days from now or a week or two, and having that growing sense of calmness, because this will grow and grow with each sleep from this point onwards. And again, seeing yourself being able to manage a different situation, or seeing yourself maybe being more of a voice for other people, sharing what you've learned for yourself, being curious about other ways maybe of moving on with this, seeing something else maybe that lets you know that you have the control, you have the ability, you have that inner sense, that inner stillness in any given situation. And again, drifting maybe a few months from now, maybe beyond this situation that we're in. Seeing yourself growing and growing in a mindful way, or in a growth way, or something else, and seeing yourself on the other side of this in a positive way, seeing what you've learned from it, seeing what abilities you've grown, seeing what lessons you've learned, seeing maybe even a sense of direction or something else, or just seeing what you need to see for yourself. And then having a golden thread from that you there all the way in that distance that has those abilities, that's going to see you through this all the way through to yourself in this relaxing place. And having almost a sense of that through that golden thread, a vibration of it or something else, that connection with that future you that's grown those abilities to keep calm in situations, or even something else. Maybe it's that tuned you into something else that's got you through this in a more beneficial way. That's activated your curiosity. So this golden thread then, from you to that future self, you're going to hold on to that now. You're going to bring that future you closer and closer and closer, all the way through that time until he or she is right there in front of you. You can see, and you can feel, and you can sense, maybe even what they're wearing or how they're looking or standing or behaving is different. Choosing to step into that, or bring your arms around you and bring that into you, so you can feel now that sense of being through this, feeling that sense of you, that future you, with those abilities within you from beyond this moment that's guiding you through, that's going to be able to give you the nudges in the right way to ease you through this time in an effortless way. Now that future you is within you, like a guide, like a mentor almost, that he or she has learned all those lessons and will guide you in the most appropriate way. It may not always would have been the way you would have been or behaved before, but having that open mind into a new way and that sense of curiosity as to what that future you is going to teach you. And really enjoying that thought or that feeling of what this is going to be for you. And now having a sense of that in this place and just really recognizing how you feel now and compared to how you felt before. Tuning into that lightness, that curiosity, that something else, whatever it is, just feeling how you feel in this place now that all that old stuff has gone. Those inner abilities have been tuned in, turned up, and vibrating higher, that louder sense of clarity. And that future you now, embedded deep within, that's going to guide you through this. It's going to guide you even beyond this, into new creations, new ways, into new yous. And now rising in this place, looking around, taking in the view, seeing this place clearer, calmer, seeing more detail in it, and just knowing this place is always here for you to tune into, to think about maybe when you're drifting to sleep, or if you feel a sense of needing this calmness, just being still and closing your eyes and tuning into this place. And then drifting or walking over to that staircase, bringing all those things with you that you require to move forward. Stepping away from those old out-of-date things, and we're going to step forward up those steps in a moment. And with each step up these steps, you're going to be stepping in to that future you with each of those steps. And stepping into that future you with all those steps. Tomorrow, the next day, and the next day and beyond. So we're going to step up 1 step and 2 steps, 3 and 4, stepping up and up, 5 and 6, feeling the atmosphere change maybe, 7 and 8, the temperature change, 9, feeling the thing that you're resting on, and 10, coming back into the body, having a sense of the body in this place. And now taking a few nice breaths, maybe moving the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, maybe having a nice stretch. And taking your time, opening the eyes if you need to. If you're choosing to drift back to sleep, drift back to sleep. For those of you that are wishing to stir and wake, just moving the body a bit. Sensing back into the body, opening your eyes, just moving the body a bit, that's it. And now, having awareness now that you're back in control, you now have the ability to push that voice if it comes up, because it might not come up. We may have really tuned you out of that. But if that voice, that anxiety voice, or whatever it is, that worry voice starts nattering, you're now in control. You now have the ability to push it to one side, tell it where to go, however you feel appropriate, because you're back in control. And you now are really tuned in to that inner sense of stillness that's always there with you. It always has been, it's just been a bit lost. But now it's all the way up to the surface. It's there with you. It's going to give you nudges to go, why are you listening to that voice? You can shift that to one side. And it's going to give you guidance. You've got that inner future you that's got you beyond this, that's actually grown from this and has those lessons with you now that you learned through this. So that future you is with you now, and that's going to see you through into the future and give you nudges when it's needed. And just be aware. Listen. And maybe now write some stuff down, because that inner you that was quiet, that's now right to the surface, really tuned up, really aware. Get a pen and paper, just write some stuff down. Write stuff what that's telling you to do, what that's advising you to do. And maybe do that once a day. Do a bit of journaling, do a bit of a brain dump, do some journaling. If there's something that's not gone so right, journal about that and figure it out for yourself. Get it out, because we can think about these things, but actually getting it down onto paper, pen and paper, and journaling through it. If you want some more information on that, do get in contact. I might do one just on journaling, actually, I don't know. But if you think that'd be useful, let me know. And it's not something that I like doing actually to start off with, but it was really, really good. I'm going to stop this now because it's going to get too long. But enjoy this new you. Enjoy the clarity. Enjoy that barrier that you've got of that stuff that's just going to let those things melt away. Let me know how that felt to you. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like for the future, because that self-development is important, and I think a lot of people are going to tune into that now with this, now that we've had all this time to contemplate on actually what is important to us, and we or you are the most important person in your life. You need to look after yourself. And I'm going to go. Lots of love to everyone, much love. Let me know how you're getting on, let me know what you want, and enjoy the changes. Love you, bye.